Hello everyone. So I wanted to go over this Boss Slayer Master blog, give my thoughts on it, and maybe get some of your guys' thoughts on it. So let's quickly go over this. So basically this is they're thinking about adding in a Boss Slayer Master, which only gives bosses, as you can see down here. So it requires 75 Slayer and 100 Combat. And this is the task system, so it's like a separate task from your regular Slayer task, which is kind of unique, I think. And yeah, so that's pretty much it on that. You can't use Turiel to skip the task, so you could like keep doing that until you get a boss that you want. So it's like a totally separate thing. I think that's kind of interesting. And you get one free skip a day. So this is the task list right here. This is all on the Oldschool Runescape site. If you want to check this out, I recommend that definitely. But yeah, so down here, so I guess they're looking into how to control the tasks that you get and not give you like 30 bandos or something versus like 10 hellhounds, and then it would take, you'd be doing the same task for like 10 hours or something. It'd be kind of crazy. But yeah, the point system right here, I think it's a separate point system. Yeah, right here, a separate point system. It offers unique rewards, feature unique task interactions such as storing and picking tasks. It will also offer task skips, task blocks, and the chance to extend tasks. So that's pretty interesting, I think. It has some of the same Slayer rewards right here. And then storing a task. So the ability to store a task is something that's been previously requested by players. Sometimes you get a task you want to do but just don't want to do it at that moment in time. Storing the task means you can spend points to bank it for later and then retrieve it at a more convenient time. You would only ever be able to store your current boss task with this and not a task from other Slayer Masters. So that can be pretty nice. I mean, let's say you get a task of like 30 bandos and you don't really feel like going to Godward's dungeon at the time. So you could store that and then do it later pretty much. So that sounds pretty nice. And then picking a task. So I think in the game a lot of people like want a specific task, like you want to kill, I don't know, Saradomin or Bandos or something, and you got to get that specific task for that because a lot of the monsters in the game, you can't like, for example, Bandos, you can't kill Bandos on a task of like ogres. It doesn't work. But you can kill, say, Venenatis on a task of spiders, so this is kind of convenient. So read through this. This sounds crazy powerful, right? That's because it is. What about those times when you're in the mood for a specific boss? Unless you have hundreds, maybe even thousands of points to spare, you simply cannot guarantee you will get a particular task. Because yeah, people were just skipping tasks until they got what they wanted. The alternative to this is currently for people to skip tasks with Turiel repeatedly, meaning that you have to do 20 plus low-level tasks, which is not good XP, basically. Yeah, so like I was just saying. And this will cost a decent amount of points, so it won't be available very often, but hopefully not too many, so as to feel not worth it. This is a chance to guarantee that you can get the desired task in a set amount of time. So I'm wondering how exactly that would work, because, I mean, what are you going to spend like 500 points to get the task you want? I'm interested to see how that balancing will work, because I feel like it may not even be worth it, but I don't know. I'm sure they'll figure that out. But exclusive tasks. So things like the Corporal Beast, that's definitely going to be interesting. And it says there's a private task-only instance. Now I'm wondering how that works for like Iron Man, because if it's an instance and you leave, is the boss stats going to reset? Because if it's solo only, I don't see people being able to do Corporal Beast solo without speccing it down. I mean, you can do it, I know, but it's very difficult. So I'm not really sure how that's going to work. Maybe you can leave, spec it, and keep doing that and come back in, but it is an instance, so it would close, I would think, so I'm not really sure. It does say solo only, I don't know. Interested to see more about that later, though. The Nightmare and the Gauntlet. Personally, never really done the Nightmare or the Gauntlet, so I haven't really looked too much into that, but that could be interesting. The Great Olm. Now, I'm curious on that for sure, because I'm not very good at raids personally, but the Slayer Helm, that could be really nice. It says it would affect the entire raid, so I think people are already doing like raids in like 10 minutes now, so that'd probably speed it up even more. And I'm not sure if that's just you get one Olm or you can get like 15 or what the deal is there. So that's pretty interesting in my opinion. But yeah, then we have rewards down here. So the boss teleport scrolls. Basically, if you read through this, they don't teleport you directly to the boss. So as you can see right here, the Calvite Queen Scroll will teleport you inside the Calvite Cave, saving you a rope, but not inside the Calvite Queen's lair. So you still got to go a little bit of distance. Sorry about that. The Dagannoth King's Scroll will teleport you to the entrance of the Dagannoth Cave on Waterbirth Island. So it's a little bit closer than a Waterbirth Island teleport. You would still need the Pet Rock or a friend and rune throwing axes and all that stuff. So can save you a little bit of time, but it's not really overpowered. And then the God Wars Boss's Scroll will teleport you to the entrance of the God Wars itself. So you can't just teleport inside the Bandos room or something. So that's pretty interesting, I think, right there. I think that might save you a decent amount of time running from Trollheim. That's kind of annoying, but would definitely be interested in seeing how that would work. Supply drops. So unlike Konar, we don't want to provide large resource drops. The goal for these drops would be to lengthen your trip slightly, possibly allowing for another 2 to 3 kills. Supplies can include Prayer Pot, Shark, Super Combat, and Ranging Potion. And then there is the Divine Reliquary. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but Divine Reliquary would be a new item for the ammo slot, similar to how Blessings can go in there. Players will be able to store up to 3 God Blessings into the Reliquary, providing the benefits of the blessings such as protection, but will remain +1 prayer bonus. So it's you can have like Saradomin God Wars Protection, Zamorak God Wars Protection, and Bandos God Wars Protection in just one slot, but you're just getting 1 prayer bonus still. So could be pretty useful. And it says has a 20% chance of granting you additional God Wars dungeon kill count, which could definitely save time. The goal of this item is to make bossing at the God Wars dungeon slightly more convenient, saving you potential 1 to 2 inventory spaces that would normally be taken up with God items, along with slightly speeding up the time it can take to get the kill count, so that's pretty interesting. It says it would be tradable when there's no blessings in it, and this item would be very rare on the new Slayer Monsters tertiary drop table. So that's pretty interesting, I guess. And Illustrious Gem right here. I was reading through this one a little bit, and it's kind of a replacement for the Ring of Wealth. I'm just going to read all this. So, well, it's not a replacement for the Ring of Wealth. It's a replacement for the rare drop table, which I think the Ring of Wealth can affect that. My bad. So, we heard your complaints with the current rare drop table, and this gameplay-focused solution to that. This is a gameplay focus, sorry. The Lustrous Gem would be a tradable gem that is purely for creating the Lustrous Ring. The ring would be untradeable and replace the rare drop table you have access to. This means that when you equip it, when equipped, you would no longer have a chance at the current rare drop table when you kill monsters. Instead, you would have a chance of getting items from a new and improved rare drop table. We plan for this item to be a very rare drop. If you don't like it, then shout. We are aware that there are multiple solutions for it, of which this is just one. So I am kind of interested in that, but I don't know what the drops are. I kind of wish they had added in some drops, but you know, this is like the beta thing. They don't really have all the information yet, so pretty interesting. And then Blood and Death Rune packs. So with Boss Slayer, you can expect to use Blood and Death Runes quite often, particularly with Powered Staves and Scythe of Vitr. Therefore, as a new Slayer Master store option, we would like to offer the chance to purchase these rune packs in the Tazar store using Toggle as an unlock. This unlock would cost a high amount of Slayer points, so that's pretty interesting. So I think you use the toggle to buy the runes from the shop, but you use the points to unlock the ability to buy the runes from the shop, and then it's probably like a one-time thing, and then it's unlocked forever, so you can use it always. So that's pretty interesting. And then there is a couple of questions right here. So why can you have 2 tasks at the same time? This is to prevent people from potentially getting locked into a boss Slayer they cannot realistically complete, meaning they're unable to do Slayer until the next day. It also has the added benefit of distinctly separating it from regular Slayer since it has a different storing point system. So at the top, I'm not sure if I mentioned, but they were saying that you have, I think, 1 free skip a day. So this is nice considering you can't get rid of the task with Turiel or anything. So if you got a boss task that you can't do, that's fine. You can skip it. And if you get another task you can't do, that's fine. You can wait till tomorrow and then just skip it. Not that big of a deal. And then you can do regular Slayer in the meantime. So that's pretty nice. If you have an Abyssal Demon task and a boss only Abyssal Sire task, why would they both not register each kill? Because if this happened, it would feel necessary to provide double the Slayer XP, which is not acceptable at all. It would also create a potential meta for farming points on both Slayer Masters simultaneously. So yeah, I mean, the Abyssal Sire would give you like I can't remember how much HP it has, but it might be like 1k or 2k a kill or something. It'd be pretty crazy. And then people have twisted bows and stuff, and they'd be probably getting like 100k plus Slayer XP an hour. I can definitely see why they don't want to add that in. But why can't you use Turiel to skip with this master? It's because it's a separate task system and a separate point system, but would be very abusable if you could skip with Turiel, so that's why. Can I get a task that I have stored? Yes, otherwise it would effectively work as an extra block. Will Slaughter and Expeditious Bracelets work on Boss Slayer tasks? Yes, they will function like they do on regular tasks. So you could lengthen your task if you really want. So definitely some pretty interesting things here. I mean, that's pretty much it. There's just poll questions now. I guess they're going to poll all this, and we'll see how it goes. I'm interested to see on what you guys think. I think this is a pretty interesting thing because, I mean, if you have Boss Slayer unlocked on task right now, like on regular Slayer, it can take you a long time to get a boss and even longer to get the specific boss you want. So I think this is pretty interesting, and it is separate. So if you get something that you can't do, it's not even really a problem. You don't have to worry about wasting points or anything. You can wait till the next day and skip it. Or you can skip it then or whatever. So I think this is pretty interesting, and I think this would be pretty cool in the game. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments section below. But that's pretty much it. This is SOF Jonah signing out.